but very different conditions, not least the temperature. You're third and fifth on the grid for the sprint race. Does that constitute progress?
In a way, I think so. It was, I think there's some indications of improvements, especially I would say in the way we understand how to use the power unit. There was less variability in the first practice session, more clarity as to how we were using it during qualifying, and this was realized in some better lap times, which allow us to qualify behind Mercedes. That at the moment are out of reach, but it's good to see that McLaren can fight for the runner-up position together with Ferrari. A good start position with Oscar and Lando. They both drove very well, and it's a good situation for the sprint tomorrow.
It's hard to know sometimes when people are on laps and when they're not, especially when they're on the medium tyre in either SQ1 or SQ2. The stewards are having a look at whether Kimi impeded Lando. Was Lando definitely on a proper push lap there, or is he trying to get an advantage?
Well, in reality, it was unclear whether you would do the warm-up lap or the push lap. So, like, you know, in the end, because of the way he was using the energy, I think that was not going to be a fast lap, but the stewards will take a look with, yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Toto, bang on cue, just as we were coming out from hearing from Andrea Sala. I just want to get a quick view on the difference between your two drivers. On the first laps, 7/1000ths between Kimi and George Russell, and then George in the final sector 4/10ths. I'd love to see the overlay of the traces on the state of charge. What was it down to from where you were sitting?
I think it's also how you drive the lap. You know, we sometimes analyze everything to the last millisecond. Where was it deployed? Where was it harvested? But it's humans in that car, and once the one does a better job than the other one.
And they're both clearly performing very well and very happy with the car. Kimi, it looks like he finds the lap time, but not always in the right sort of sequence or putting the lap together. How is it when you're watching it and also looking at the data? How much potential do you see there with Kimi?
Yeah, it's interesting with these new regulations. You see starting a lap and he's 2/10ths down or 2/10ths up, and you're thinking this is going in the right direction. But obviously, then the deployment is a little bit different, and it's their driving. You know, it's the right feet that manages all of that, or most of it, and therefore it's down to the smallest detail. You know, you're carrying a lot of speed on an exit, and you might lack energy in the next one. Now, you can like that or not, but this is what makes the differences. But like I said to Simon, it's drivers, it's humans. It's not only the machine that dictates your performance, but how you press the pedals.
Yeah, you know, everybody was saying during all last season, okay, new era again, so obviously Mercedes will be fast, like what happened when the hybrid came in, and now you feel at home because you're ahead. But you did say last year, we focus on next year. We don't spend time or energy or money on this year. We spend it on developing the car last year. And obviously, the car is also amazing. It's not only the engine. So is that the step back you took last year?
Yeah, obviously you need to, you know, we've seen in the past teams that have said that we concentrate everything into the next year, and then it failed. I remember, you know, the BMW days where they, you know, could have competed for a championship and then came Brown with a double diffuser the following year and they left. So I think we put a lot of effort into the 26 car, maybe a bit earlier than some of the others. But I'm really happy the integration power unit and chassis works well. You can see also Ferrari, which is an integrated structure, and Audi also as a works team that has certain advantages because you learn early. But then what I'm really pleased of is how the car drives. I mean, you see the onboards, the car is on the rails, and most of the lap time gain that we have is in the corners.
But that's also the case. When you see your two drivers, George seems to be much more in control of his cars. It was second skin. So was he more involved in how the car was developed this year? Was it more designed for all the input he was giving?
No, you know, you guys, drivers, always tend to overestimate how much input the driver has in development in the car, and we leave you that. You know, you can think that, but the drivers are clearly involved in the simulations, and they say, we think this is good and this is bad, but obviously the engineering team is going to try to land it in the best possible spot, and especially when a car is completely new. So, yeah.
Just a final one with regards to Formula 1 is always a puzzle for those that are trying to catch up the quickest car. But as you said here, you've got 3 other teams that are customers of yours, and they've got some very clever engineers, and we've seen it from McLaren in the past. if you're putting a lag time on these things, how quickly do you feel that they can get to the answers that your engineers have found from being able to integrate those systems very early?
Yeah, look, everybody has a different concept also, and with the McLaren, without going into the detail, they have taken some decisions that are very different to ours when it comes, for example, to gear ratios or so. That could have been good, or could have been bad. But it's a brand new car. It is the works teams which have the nose ahead, but it's just a matter of time because you see what the others are doing. You have the exact same hardware, you have the exact same software, but in that case, how do you simulate it based? And I have no doubt McLaren is just a formidable structure that it's not long that they're going to
What a good session. We just heard some radio message from Charles. He doesn't know what was going on. Was there an issue there towards the end?
No, we need to have a look on the data to understand exactly what's happened, but for sure he didn't have the same deployment that the lap before. He lost something like 3/10 in the last straight line. Okay, but let's first have a look on what's happened exactly.
Okay, we'll see you later. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We have a really interesting video. We have 3 of the most popular team principals of Formula 1. We have Andrea Stella, Toto Wolff and Frederic Vasseur. They were talking about the spring qualifying that had just ended in a couple of minutes ago. Andrea Stella said that they have just found the pace to the car. They have just found the pace. They are trying to find the right energy. They're trying to find the right energy. They're trying to find the right moments to cooperate with the car to be one, because it's really hard to control, and it needs precise timing to deploy the battery, the hybrid thing and everything. So Andrea Stella said that the drivers are doing their best. They are constantly developing the car, bringing new updates, new things, trying to make the car go faster, but it's just a matter of time. In the other hand, we have Toto Wolff that is flying at the moment, because they have just built a monster car with the new regulations that came in 2026. The car just flies. He said that this is a hard work just from the beginning of 2025, when they saw that in 2025 they cannot do nothing. They started concentrating and building and researching for the new car of 2026, and they have done a awesome job. Just we see now Mercedes in the past race and in this spring qualifying, they're doing an awesome job. They are P1, P2, and they are really, let me not say really far away, but they are like 1/10 of the second away from other drivers. Toto said that we are not the only ones that are faster. Ferraris are really fast, and it's a matter of time that they're going to start passing us also. So Ferrari just brought an interesting update to the car. They have a McLaren back wing. That's how they call it. So the wing just flaps all the way like 180 rotation. I'm sorry. So it does a 180 rotation. It doesn't just flap open and then closes. It just like goes like opens full wide. So that's inside of the regulations. There are speculation about Mercedes also that has something to do in the engine, that it's not incompatible with the regulation of FIA, but we need to see that the stewards are seeing this matter in details. Move along. Fred Vasseur was asked what happened to Charles Leclerc, that did he had a problem with the car. in his second round, and he said that we need to see the data. We need to see the data in details. We need to see, and we need to understand what happened clearly to Charles. But in overall, I'm really happy, he said, with my drivers. I'm really happy with the results. I'm really happy how the car is developing. So we will just need to wait and see, and see what Ferrari can do in the other races, or maybe in this race, who knows. So we will just need to wait and see, because nobody knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, because you can bring one update and then the car goes like it's fighter jet. So it's interesting thing with these new regulations, but in general, every driver hates it except George Russell, because he's winning. I would have used other words, but it's gonna be really bad. So yeah, everyone's gonna hate George for saying these kind of words, because 99% hates it and just 1% loves it. Thank you everyone for watching this video with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you have something to add up, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one.